Hello and welcome to Do You Even Cook Bro? And today I'm going to show you how to make the Middle Eastern classic, falafel. First thing we're going to do is wake up the spices a little bit by heating them over medium heat in a dry pan. And you can use a spoon or you can just shake the pan around until the spices become fragrant and then just simply reserve them for a little bit later. The next step is to give a shallot a rough chop. It does not have to be perfect because we're going to be using the food processor. We just want to get a little bit of the work out of the way to make the blend easier. Then grab some garlic and do the same thing to that. Just chop it up very roughly. You just don't want to have big hunks in there that don't get blended or ground down by the food processor. To add a little bit of heat and some nice color, I'm going to slice off the skin of a serrano chili and then mince that. You can use any hot pepper. Then grab some parsley and chop that up. It's time for the star ingredient, which are chickpeas. Then add your garlic, shallot, and peppers. Throw in your toasted spices and then your parsley. Right after you give this a spin, this is the time to check for seasoning because we're going to add flour, and obviously nothing with raw flour and it tastes very good. Once you've adjusted for seasoning, we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of flour and give it a spin because sometimes that's all it needs. Today was not one of those days, so I added in another tablespoon of flour and a teaspoon of baking powder. Go ahead and pour the falafel mixture into a bowl and then add 1 egg. Incorporate the egg thoroughly. Make sure that every part of the mixture has some wetness from the egg yolk and egg white. We've now reached the penultimate step here, which is shaping the falafel, so go ahead and rub your hands with some flour so they don't stick, and grab a piece of falafel and form it into a ball. And once you've got it rolled into a nice ball, give it a dip in the flour, make sure it's thoroughly covered, and then you can either keep it in a ball shape if you're going to deep fry it, or you can squish it down a little bit, kind of flat like a patty, so that you can pan fry it. I'll show you here again in case you missed it, but if you got it on the first time, enjoy some falafel trivia. As you can see, I flattened mine because I planned on pan frying. Not really for health reasons, but because I think that pan frying is more applicable and easier to the home cook. So shallowly cover a pan you're going to fry in with some oil. I used olive oil here, you can use canola oil, and wait for the oil to get hot. Another thing is to make sure you don't overcrowd the pan so that the temperature of the oil drops too low. But basically you're just going to cook these on the first side for maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes depending on your thickness, and then if they're golden brown and have a nice crust, then they're ready to flip. Once you've given them a turn, I would check on something this thin after about a minute, but it probably won't take more than 2. If you're making something larger, maybe another 3 to 4 minutes. Usually the second side cooks faster though. Work in batches and drain on a paper towel. Also, once you take the hot falafel out, give them a quick sprinkle of salt and you're ready to serve. Falafel makes a great salad if you got a little bit of pickled red onion, some tomato, lettuce, and tzatziki sauce. Or you can grab a homemade pita with the exact same ingredients for an excellent meal. Thanks for watching and enjoy.